Did you know that the average American home contains over 300,000 items? Or that despite having more stuff than ever, we're also more stressed, with anxiety disorders affecting 40 million adults in the US alone? It's clear that more isn't always better. Welcome to this journey on finding fulfillment in minimalism. In this video, we're going to explore how simplifying your life can lead to greater happiness and peace of mind. You'll learn 6 essential tips, backed by surprising facts and proven strategies, that will help you declutter not just your space, but your mind and time as well. We'll dive into why mental minimalism is just as important as physical decluttering, and how the spaces you live in can either stress you out or bring you calm. You'll discover how to make your time truly yours by learning the power of saying no, and how mindful consumption can change the way you live. But that's not all. We'll also look at the impact of our digital lives and why sometimes the best way to connect is to disconnect. Finally, you'll see how embracing simplicity can help you find joy in the little things you might be overlooking. Stick around, because these tips could be the key to living a more meaningful and fulfilled life. Let's get started on this path to less, but better. Chapter 1. Declutter your mind, the mental minimalism. Minimalism isn't just about your physical space. It starts in your mind. The more cluttered your thoughts, the harder it is to focus on what truly matters. A Harvard study found that people spend 47% of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they're doing. That's almost half of your life spent distracted. To combat this, start by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment. It helps you cut through the mental noise. Start with just 5 minutes a day. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. When thoughts come, acknowledge them, but then let them go. This simple practice can drastically reduce stress. Another strategy is the brain dump. At the end of each day, take 10 minutes to write down everything on your mind. Don't worry about organizing your thoughts. The goal is to clear your head. This way, you won't carry those worries into the next day. Lastly, minimize your mental inputs. We're constantly bombarded with information, from social media, news, and endless notifications. A study by the American Psychological Association found that 66% of Americans are stressed by the news cycle. Limit your news intake to once a day and curate your social media to only follow accounts that inspire you. This reduces mental clutter and allows you to focus on what truly adds value to your life. Chapter 2. Intentional spaces. Crafting a meaningful home. A minimalist home is more than just clean lines and white walls. It's about creating a space that reflects who you are and what you value. According to a UCLA study, women's stress hormones spike when they enter cluttered environments. This shows that our physical spaces directly impact our well-being. Start by identifying the purpose of each room in your home. Ask yourself, what do I want to feel when I'm in this space? If a room is for relaxation, keep only what brings you peace. This might mean removing items that don't serve this purpose, like extra furniture or distracting decorations. Next, focus on quality over quantity. Instead of filling your home with many items, choose a few that you love and that serve a function. Consider Marie Kondo's advice: if it doesn't spark joy, it's time to let it go. This doesn't mean throwing everything away. It's about being selective. When you surround yourself with items that truly matter, you create a home that supports your lifestyle and values. Finally, embrace negative space. In design, negative space is the empty area around objects. But it's not just for looks. Negative space can actually help you feel more at ease. It gives your eyes a place to rest and makes a room feel more open. So don't feel like you have to fill every corner. Sometimes less really is more. Chapter 3. Time is a treasure. Mastering the art of saying no. Time is our most valuable resource, yet it's often the most wasted. Did you know that the average person spends over 3 hours a day on their phone? That's nearly 7 years of your life. Minimalism teaches us to be intentional with our time, just as we are with our possessions. The first strategy is to set clear priorities. Take some time to identify what truly matters to you. Is it family, health, a passion project? Once you know your priorities, it's easier to say no to things that don't align with them. Remember, every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Next, use the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. This prevents small tasks from piling up and stealing your time later. This rule can be a game changer for managing your time effectively. Another key strategy is to create buffer time. Don't pack your schedule so tightly that there's no room for the unexpected. By leaving gaps between commitments, you give yourself the freedom to adapt and respond to changes without feeling overwhelmed. Lastly, practice the art of doing nothing. It might sound counterproductive, but allowing yourself time to rest is crucial for productivity. According to the World Health Organization, Burnout is a significant issue, with 60% of workers feeling stressed out. Taking regular breaks and allowing yourself to unwind can actually make you more effective when you return to your tasks. Loving the content? Subscribe now and let's get back to the action. Chapter 4. Mindful Consumption. Less is more in every choice. Minimalism isn't just about getting rid of things. It's about making thoughtful choices in what you bring into your life. The average American household has 300,000 items. That's a lot of stuff, but more stuff doesn't equal more happiness. In fact, studies show that materialism is linked to lower well-being and increased anxiety. The first strategy is to adopt a one-in, one-out rule. Whenever you buy something new, let go of something you already own. This keeps your space from getting cluttered and forces you to consider whether the new item is really necessary. It's a simple way to stay mindful of your consumption. Next, focus on quality over quantity. This might mean spending a bit more on something that will last longer and bring you more satisfaction. Joshua Becker, author of The More of Less, emphasizes that you don't need more space, you need less stuff. By choosing fewer, better things, you reduce the mental and physical clutter in your life. Another tip is to be aware of the emotional triggers that lead to impulse buying. Marketers are experts at creating a sense of urgency or scarcity. They want you to think you need something right now. But before you buy, ask yourself if this item aligns with your values or if it's just a temporary want. Sleep on it. Often, the urge will pass, and you'll realize you didn't need it after all. Lastly, practice gratitude for what you already have. Research from the Journal of Positive Psychology shows that gratitude can increase happiness and decrease materialism. When you appreciate what you already own, you're less likely to feel the need to acquire more. Take a moment each day to reflect on what you're thankful for. It can shift your mindset from a desire for more to contentment with enough. Chapter 5. Digital Detox. Unplugging for True Connection. In today's world, we're more connected than ever, yet studies show that people feel lonelier and more isolated. The average person spends over 7 hours a day looking at screens. That's nearly half your waking hours. Minimalism teaches us to be intentional with our digital lives, just as we are with our physical possessions. The first step in a digital detox is to audit your screen time. Many smartphones now have built-in tools that show you exactly how much time you spend on each app. You might be surprised at how much time is spent mindlessly scrolling. Set limits on your most used apps to help reduce this. Another strategy is to designate tech-free times or zones in your home. For example, no phones at the dinner table or in the bedroom. This creates space for real, meaningful connections with the people around you. Arianna Huffington, in her book Thrive, suggests that disconnecting from technology, especially before bed, can improve your sleep and overall well-being. Next, curate your digital environment. Just like with your physical space, remove anything that doesn't add value. Unfollow accounts that don't inspire you, delete apps you don't use, and unsubscribe from emails that clutter your inbox. The goal is to create a digital space that is as peaceful and intentional as your physical one. Finally, schedule regular digital detox days. These are days when you completely unplug from technology. Spend time outdoors, read a physical book, or connect with loved ones face-to-face. Studies show that taking breaks from technology can lower stress and improve focus. It's about finding balance. Technology is a tool, not a master. Chapter 6. Simplicity in Action. Finding joy in the little things. Minimalism is about more than just reducing possessions. It's about finding joy in simplicity. Research shows that happiness is more closely linked to experiences than things. The key is to focus on the small, everyday moments that often go unnoticed. One strategy is to practice mindfulness in your daily routine. When you're eating, take time to savor each bite. When you're walking, notice the feel of the ground beneath your feet. By being present, you can find pleasure in the simplest activities. Another tip is to simplify your schedule. The Danish concept of hygge, which means coziness and comfort, is all about enjoying life's simple pleasures. Instead of packing your calendar with activities, leave room for downtime. This could be as simple as enjoying a cup of tea or reading a good book. Find joy in the act of doing rather than just the result. Whether it's cooking, gardening, or crafting, the process itself can be rewarding. A study published in the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology found that engaging in creative activities outside of work can improve your well-being and work performance. Finally, reconnect with nature. Studies show that spending time in nature can reduce stress and increase happiness. You don't need to go on a grand adventure. A walk in the park or sitting in your garden can be just as fulfilling. Nature has a way of reminding us of the beauty and simplicity. Minimalism isn't about deprivation. It's about making space for what truly matters. By focusing on the small, meaningful moments, you can find a deeper sense of joy and fulfillment in your everyday life. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button to catch all our future content.